Notice me please. In our daily life, we use many things commonly. But there may be certain things we look at it and ignore because of not knowing the exact purpose of them. The people around us also may not know, and so we won't get any chance to know their purpose. In this video, some of the things going unnoticed are explained. Letter arrangement on a keyboard. Have you ever found yourself wondering why keyboard letters are arranged the way they are? Wouldn't it make more sense to have them in alphabetical order? Well, yes and no. The first keyboard ever invented belonged to the typewriter, which operated with mechanical metal arms. Originally, keys were arranged in alphabetical order, but typing that way came so naturally to typists that they would end up typing too fast and the key arms would get cross-wired and stuck. So, for all the classes you took growing up to increase your typing speed, it might pain you to know that people were already fast, and keyboard manufacturers had to randomize the order of keys to intentionally slow down typists to keep the machine running. We haven't changed it back today because, well, we're lazy and hate change. Escalators brushes. The brushes on the sides of escalators aren't for polishing your shoes. You may have been using these escalator brushes to clean your shoes, however, these bristles are actually a big safety feature. One of the biggest reasons for escalator mishaps is people getting their clothes and bags stuck in them when they stand too close to the sides. These nylon bristles play with your mind and make you keep your feet away from the escalator's skirt panels, hence avoiding accidents. Lollipop stick has a hole on its side. Remember switchboard on the wall. We are plugging in adapters in the switchboard using pins. Consider if there are no pins in the adapter means it will fall down. The same concept is used in the lollipop stick hole. If there is no holes means the lollipop will slide easily on the stick and we take it out easily. In manufacturing they will pour liquid lollipop on the stick. Remember the lollipop also goes into this small hole. Now, the lollipop becomes solid after cooling. Now the small lollipop went into the hole acts like a nail in the wall. So, it will not slip and comes out. It will be held strongly with the stick. The tiny buttons on your jeans. These buttons are known as rivets and they're the silent heroes that make your pants last longer. They're placed in the areas that are most likely to tear from movement or strain, and help hold the fabric together. Black grating in microwave. You've most likely noticed that a microwave comes with a type of black grating on its door. This grating is called a Faraday shield and it serves an important purpose. The shield prevents electromagnetic fields from exiting the microwave and causing harm to people hanging around the microwave who are waiting for their meal to heat up. Bumps on soft drink bottles. Soft drinks bottles are carbonated to taste well. Due to this, the drinks are in high pressure, pressurized carbon. If bottom of the bottle is in flat like water bottle, it will crack easily at the flat corner. But if it is made like bump cylindrical or spherical shape, at the bottom it will withstand the high pressure without failure. The small holes on locks. They help drain water from locks which stop it from rusting and clogging up with gunk. You can also use the hole to oil the lock's inner mechanism and keep it in tip-top shape. Pocket in women's underwear. Hey women, have you ever noticed that you have secret little pockets that are sewn right into your underwear? Well, they aren't secret pockets, so they aren't meant to store your tampons, pads, and whatever else you fancy in there. There is a name for this little flap, and it's called a panty gusset. Gussets are often made of moisture-wicking breathable fabrics like cotton to keep the privates dry and ventilated. The small black dot between the lens and flash on an iPhone. If you are an avid iPhone user, then you will have already noticed the tiny black dot between the lens and flash on the back of your iPhone. Contrary to many strange suggestions, this black dot is really a third microphone. It serves the purpose of providing superior sound quality by eliminating background noise, and also takes better sound when recording video in a crowded place like a concert. The little arrow-like symbol on a dashboard. It's not only you who, upon arrival at a gas station, has had to work hard at remembering which side your gas tank is on. It turns out, the answer has been right in front of you. Every dashboard has a little symbol, an arrow or a triangle, placed near the gas gauge. It indicates precisely that which you forgot, which side your gas tank is on. Notebook margins. Remember the horror of realizing that college-rolled notebook paper meant slimmer margins, and therefore left room for more writing? Well, believe it or not, those margins weren't invented as a guide for how many sentences you could fit onto one page, or even to leave space for note-taking. Manufacturers began to apply margins to writing paper for the purpose of protecting your work. Earlier on in history, rats were a common resident in many people's homes, and one of their favorite snacks was your paper, in addition to everything else they could munch on. Applying wide margins to paper safeguarded against losing important work by leaving blank spaces around the edges for the rats to chew through first, and to protect the writing on the outer edges from general wear and tear. The side holes in Converse shoes. Converse shoes have made a huge comeback in popularity over the last decade. Originally designed in the early 20th century for basketball players, the shoes feature two extra holes on the side near the bottom that were identical to the shoelace holes. Over the years, many people have assumed that these extra holes are for airflow, or simply a fashion statement. Actually, these two side holes are exactly what they look like. 4. Lacing your shoes. The design was intended to accommodate every basketball player's foot, and the two holes on this side would allow them to customize the fit of their shoes and keep laces from unraveling. The plastic liner in a soda bottle cap. Believe it or not, those clear plastic liners inside the soda bottle caps are not solely intended for giving out free prizes and reward codes. Actually, they have a very specific function. The liner inside of the lid acts as a guaranteed seal to trap in the carbon dioxide to keep your drinks fizzy. Without these, the gas would escape and all you would be left with is a flat syrup rather than a refreshing beverage. Next on beer in soda bottles. Nearly everyone on the planet knows the familiar shape of a beer bottle. It's no great mystery why the bottle was invented, but have you ever stopped to wonder about the design of the beer bottle? Specifically, why is the neck so long and shaped the way it is? Well, as it turns out, the bottleneck shape is intentionally designed to encourage a person to hold their beer at the top of the bottle, where their body heat won't warm up the rest of their beer before they can finish it. Tap in the soda can. When you use soda can to drink soda, you will put a straw in the soda can and you will sip the juice holding the straw using your hand. But there is a soda tap with a hole in it. If you turn the tap of the soda can and put a straw in that hole, you don't need to hold them using your hands. The tap itself holds the straw in place and you can drink the soda easily. Toblerone Bar. The delicious Toblerone candy bar was first manufactured in Switzerland, so it is easy to see why people assume that the odd triangular shape of the candy bar is a shout-out to the Swiss Alps. Actually, the design of the chocolate bar is all about function, not aesthetic. The pieces are in triangles so that if you press on one of them with your thumb, it will snap off easily and leave you with the perfect size serving. Bobby pins. Many people don't know how to properly use these bobby pins in their hair. They think that the inclined shape is for fashion and must be placed upwards in their head. But it is not true. If the hair is more and thick, the bobby pin may get loosened. But if the inclined position is placed downward in the hair, then it will be struck in the bulk hair and won't be loosened easily. Next time, don't use bobby pins wrongly. The pom-pons on beanies and other hats. They might look cute and fluffy now, but they had an actual function before. French sailors used to wear hats with pom-poms so that they wouldn't hurt their heads on the ceilings of the ship during rough weather. Silica Gel Packets. They are drying agents. They absorb moisture from its surroundings, so that the electronic items inside the bag will never get damaged by wet climate conditions. As you know, electronic items are damaged by wet conditions. The manufacturers put silica gel packets, and it will absorb all moisture and keeps the electronic items safe. Not only electronic items, you can safely keep your saving blade, leather shoes in a pack putting these silica gels into it. Also, you can try to rescue your wet mobile keeping in a packet with silica gels. Keep in mind that you should keep it out of the reach of children. Colored square in the toothpaste tube. There is a small colored square at the bottom of the toothpaste or other cream covers, and the color may be black, blue, red, green, etc. Common misunderstanding about this is that the people think that the color is used as the color code, and using this we can easily assume whether it contains natural ingredients or chemical ingredients. But this is fake and not true. In automatic manufacturing process, to make the machine to understand the exact position of the single paste cover end is reached, these colors are printed, so that the machine can easily cut, fold or do any other operations using this color code, which is sensed by colored light sensors. Golf ball dimples. If you've ever gotten up close and personal with a golf ball, then you've noticed that its exterior is covered in dozens of little dimples. Golf balls weren't always this way. What happened is that experienced golfers started to notice that, over time, the older balls that had bumps and nicks would travel further. These imperfections help create turbulence in the air around the ball, which then helps to reduce drag. Eventually, manufacturers began to design golf balls with these dimples already intact so that the balls get more lift and reach greater distances. Extra pocket on jeans. You may have noticed that a lot of denim jeans come with a tiny extra pocket on the side, known as a fifth pocket. While millions of people have found thousands of different uses for it, from storing folded up cash to tucking away a stick of lip balm, this small pocket was actually designed with a very specific item in mind: the pocket watch. Jeans were the pants of choice for gold miners in California in the mid-1800s, and one of the most important items they kept on them was their pocket watch, which was generally delicate and spendy. The fifth pocket was designed to protect their expensive pocket watches by keeping it snugly and safely tucked into place. Square patch on backpacks. A lot of people love toting vintage-looking backpacks that have a patch-shaped square on them. They are very popular, especially with brands like Herschel Supply Company, Jansport, and LL Bean. But did you know that they actually serve a purpose other than looking cool and vintage? Called a lash tab or pig snout, this patch was originally designed for travel packs to allow people to carry extra gear on their backpack. Cords and strings can fit through the two tabs of the patches, allowing wearers to hang extra stuff on the front of the bag. This especially comes in handy if you go camping and need to carry extra supplies to fasten them to your pack. While you probably aren't doing much hiking with this backpack, at least you know that you can hang stuff on the outside in case the need ever comes about. The holes in the handles of utensils. Sure, they're great when you want to hang your pan or a pot on a wall, but they're also perfect for holding spoons and ladles while cooking. That way, you won't get your kitchen counter messy. Utility knife cap. You might have noticed that most utility knives or box cutters these days come with a thick plastic cap at the end, similar to a pen cap. While it would be easy to assume by the shape of it that it's meant for clipping to your pants or shirt pockets, which it can, it actually serves an entirely different purpose. The plastic cap can be pulled off of the utility knife frame, and the slit in the end can be used to break off the tip of your blade to reveal a new, sharper razor blade just beneath it. Using the cap instead of your hands to break the scored blade off from the rest of the knife makes it quick, easy, and prevents any unwanted cuts on your fingers. The grooves on restaurant toothpicks. When you go out for Chinese or Japanese food, pay close attention to their toothpicks. They tend to have two well-defined grooves at one end that is flat. These grooves aren't just to make the toothpick look fancy, they're designed to help you maintain good dining etiquette in a social setting. When you use your toothpick, if your plates have already been whisked away, you can avoid putting it on the table and grossing out at the diners by snapping off the end of the toothpick at the first groove. It has been intentionally weakened to make for easy snapping, and you can use the grooved end to balance the used portion of your toothpick so it doesn't touch the table. The number 57 on a Heinz bottle. Apparently, the embossed number 57 on Heinz's bottle is what the company's spokesperson called the soft spot. All you need to do is apply a firm tap where the bottle narrows, and the ketchup will come out easier. No need to punch that bottle too much. Small bumps on F&J keys. When you're hammering out the sentences on your keyboard, you probably no longer even notice the raised bumps when you hit the F&J keys. Whenever you do notice, you probably fleetingly question what their purpose is. If you think back to your early schooling, you will remember that F and J are the home keys, where your index fingers should rest for the most efficient typing. These raised bumps were added to the keys to help your index fingers find their way back to the home position without having to take your eyes off of the computer screen. Plastic lids for disposable cups. It may seem obvious what the plastic lid on disposable cups is for at first. To keep your drink inside the cup, but that is not its sole purpose. The seemingly basic design of disposable plastic lids is really pretty versatile. Not only does it keep liquid inside the container, but when you're ready to sip on your drink, the lid has specific ridges that can allow it to double as a coaster and hug the base of your cup. Lids are manufactured with this function in mind, and each size fits the corresponding cup's base. Tiny hole on airplane windows. If you fly a lot, then maybe you rolled over the possible uses for the tiny hole in your airplane window a time or two before. It actually serves two purposes. First, it allows airflow through to keep from too much pressure building in the plane and busting the window as it rises in altitude, and second, it keeps the windows from fogging up with all the warm breath of the passengers. Detachable headrests. The design of the headrest is pretty upfront. They are made to be adjustable to comfortably support anyone's head, no matter how tall or short. While this makes sense, why make them completely detachable? The answer has to do with survival. When you pull your headrest completely out of the seat, it has two sturdy, long metal bars that come to a dull point. If you ever find yourself trapped inside your car and need to get out quickly, you can detach your headrest and use the metal bars to smash out your window. The things that we use in everyday life have become such intrinsic parts of our routine that we stop wondering why they are the way that they are a long time ago. Sometimes, even without fully understanding them,